What's cracking? Okay, for instance, man, Ferguson, Michael Brown. How many people actually know Michael Brown? How many even know that he's a real guy? You know what I'm saying? What's to say he wasn't? His name ain't Frank Jackson or Jackson Frank White, something. You know what I'm saying? And he's from fucking Nebraska, and he died like 4 years ago. And they took all of his profile from Facebook, erased it, then started planting pictures and all this orchestrated. Basically, it's like creating a myth. Once people start to base their actions on something that's totally false, I mean, you're damned from the onset. That's why you can't listen. Just because something looks bad, I mean, what do they say? How do you spot a false flag? It heavily attacks freedoms. It heavily plays on your emotions. And there's some kind of political gain from it. You know what I'm saying? And we know this in the day and age we live in. It's order out of chaos. Never let a good crisis go to waste. And that was a fucking wonderful crisis. I mean, that brought every ignorant motherfucker out from under every rock in the country, and it all placed them in Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? Rallying under the banner of communistic ideologies. Oh, look, I got my fist like the communist flag. Yeah, I mean, it's like, man, dude, I mean, if idiots are this gung-ho about rallying behind any old idiotic cause, you know what I'm saying? We're rife for destruction. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that easy to trick people, but yet it is. I mean, here's the thing about the media. What's to say that they're not compromised? I mean, how often do they actually report the truth? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, really be honest about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like just the news saying it's Columbus Day. I mean, why is Columbus honored? Because he found America. He didn't. There was people that already lived here. I mean, it's dumb. I mean, if they can do that, you know what I'm saying? They can do anything. You look at Sandy Hook. I mean, look, if you really look into that, that's Serco. That's the Church of Satan. That's gun control. That's martial law. That's the internationalists. It was a CIA transition time. You watch the video where they're just all walking in circles. It was a movie set. You know what I'm saying? How often do they create fictional characters and then the news presents you this narrative where they looks real? I mean, that looks real. There's people saying, yeah, I knew the man. I saw him get shot. Just like that girl that was crying saying that Saddam Hussein was throwing babies out of incubators so that George Bush Sr., Mr. NWO, Mr. Thousand Points of Light, used to get the American people to rally behind, going to war with Muslims, basically. So they could go over there and get that oil. They could also steal all the ancient Babylonian artifacts, dig up Nimrod. I mean, there's a lot more going on to that than these. It's like there's multi layers of the onion. Like, really, it is so crazy and convoluted that it's hard to even find the truth because it's they present so many false narratives that seem reasonable and logical or even illogical, which seems understandable, but it's only a partial lead. It's like it's intentionally kind of deceptive. You know what I'm saying? It gives you some truth, but it just puts a little lie in there that'll still keep you. You know what I'm saying? It'll blame the wrong person. So then therefore now you got this grudge against people that didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you look at Adam Lanza's picture. You know what it looks like? It looks like a computer generated image. Like, when they find a skull in the ground and then they replant the muscle and the skin on like they did with Jesus from the Shroud of Turin. It looks like that. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious it's like that. And there's no other pictures, dude, of the guy. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's red flag, red flag, red flag. So I'm just saying, look, this Michael Brown shit is just it was to consolidate the National Socialistic federalized police into thinking that, see, look, everyone's out to get us, so we got to band together, brothers, and lock and load, be prepared. And then the same thing on the flip side, they're showing us that the police are murdering motherfuckers. Because I mean, I don't give a fuck if Michael Brown was a robber. Listen, them cops should have whipped his ass. You know what I'm saying? Just whipped his ass. That's all they needed to do. Shoot him with bean bags, uh, tar and feather, and parade him through the streets. I mean, listen, if you get caught being a robber, that's what you get. Evil men pick on you because you pick on people. You know what I'm saying? Which is, that makes sense. I mean, a sneak thief and a robber are different. A robber is a person who looks you in the eye and says, give me all your shit. A sneak thief, you never even seen him. You never even know he stole the shit from you. That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? It's not much better, but I mean, it's a lot better than the fact that there's no like psychological force trauma there. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. You can't lump thieves and robbers together because they're not the same. Robbers take by force. Thieves just steal. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got your door locked, they didn't have to force their way in. So I mean, it's a big difference. I'm just saying, you gotta clarify things so people don't get it twisted and try to exploit a loophole there that some people think thieves are robbers, but they're not. A robber is someone who holds you at gunpoint or makes you do something by force. I mean, though robbers are thieves because they steal, but they steal by a certain means that is really cutthroat and conniving and gutter cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? And the worst kind of robber is one who murders to rob. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, either give me your shit or you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That's big difference. I mean, the cops are the same way. Hey, let me see your ID. Hey, are you resisting arrest? Bam, bam, bam. Look, it's the same thing, dog. I mean, look, if no one's ever pointed it out to you that you operate by the same means of the people you're supposed to be stopping. But anyway, I think the whole shit was just made up, and it was purposefully made that it was to divide the police against the citizen, and then unify these minority communist kind of sub factions of shit that aren't even really in the forefront or even big. They're making them look like they're big to alarm people, and then once again, it's also to divide up the enemy line so you don't know who the enemy is. It's to muddy the water. In muddy water, you know what I'm saying? You're stabbing at the mud in the water, but look, you don't know what's on the other side of that mud. It might be an innocent person who's not even connected at all. You know what I'm saying? But so just be careful when it gets muddy and cloudy and everything's all emotional and there's chaos and riots and cops with fucking riot gear and tanks and buildings on fire. Look, come on, man. That was a movie set type situation. It was all orchestrated, all supervised, all Blackwater, all asymmetrical warfare. You seen the guy that was a fake police officer punking on the news guy, but it was just fake. It was green screen, basically. No, it wasn't worse. It was theater, street theater. You know what I'm saying? And if they can show you, they can orchestrate something that big, that elaborate, that it goes all the way to the present. Every single thing is there's a green light. Obama's like, yep. Or one of his people is in control of that, and they don't tell Obama intentionally, so he has plausible deniability. I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But you gave these other, corporate types who don't operate off American law the green light to go ahead and walk both sides of the line and stir shit up so you guys can capitalize on it for martial law, gun control, mark of the beast, microchipping, FEMA camp. It goes on and on and on. So I don't buy into this Michael Brown shit. Hands up, don't shoot. That's like this. That's to condition you when they come to take us to FEMA camp. That you're going to put your hands up and they're going to walk you over to the train and they're going to handcuff you in those rail cars that are mobile prisons and they're going to take you right on to a vaporization chamber. You know what I'm saying? Either you'll be re-educated, you'll be breaking rocks, or, you'll be vapors. So, yeah, man, I mean, I see a lot of people capitalizing on this and they're stirring it up. When look, they purposefully made it that both guys were innocent and guilty. So therefore, it would